Hello everyone and welcome back to Riven. We are picking this up literally right after I recorded the first episode, so if there are some comments on the first episode what people want me to do or whatever, I'm not going to see them right away because I'm just doing this in a recording session of 2, maybe 3 episodes. We'll see how long I feel like going before I want to switch games, probably after this episode. But yeah, so the first thing we need to do to continue on is to call the maglev, so we're going to boop this button right here, boop. And you'll see off in the distance the maglev flip around, which it does not flip around that fast for us. Only when you call it. And here it comes. It'll come all the way over. I like that surrounded sound I'm getting in my headphones, by the way. That was kind of cool. And here we are. So I'm going to hop aboard the maglev here. Click into this seat. Now, I don't get to drag the lever myself, unfortunately. It moves automatically. I get to spin it around. There's one more thing, though, that I want to go check out before we actually leave. So I'm going to press the S key, which is going to jump me out of the seat and open the stairs. I will come back to the maglev in just a moment. There isn't a button on this side, by the way, so if you get stuck over here and the maglev's gone, you're screwed. You have to wait till the maglev comes back. I don't know why they didn't put a button on this side. That's kind of stupid. But anyway, if we sneak around the back here, you will see the platform where the other maglev that led to the prison island used to come. And of course, it got destroyed, like I said, just because the age is so unstable. And if you look down here, you can actually see the maglev down there. It's completely destroyed. It's all in pieces. It's all mangled. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Anyway, it's time to take our tram, maglev, whatever you want to call it. Again, as I mentioned in the last episode, the original game called them trams, and so I may say that as opposed to maglev a couple of times. We'll see. Alright, so as we get ready to run the maglev, anybody who is prone to motion sickness, we're in flat mode, so it should be okay, but I'm going to put a warning out there. Anyway, if you're prone to motion sickness, you probably don't want to watch this portion of the video. I will let you know when you're clear. So here we go. There's a little stutter there while it was loading the area it was trying to go to. Don't mind that. That's going to happen a bit with certain transitions. And here we are, now arriving at Jungle Island. And those of you who were averting your eyes, you're now good to go. You don't need to worry about flipping the maglev around over here. There's no need for it, because you can walk all the way around this platform. There's no problems at all. I'm curious what this bumper thing would do, because it looks like it's all... Oh no, maybe it is a big bumper. So like if the thing comes in too quickly and it slams into that, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, Jungle Island we have arrived on. It's interesting, if I zoom in on something, the minute I press W, it zooms back out. Anyway, if we come in here, this we're going to be coming back to a little bit later. There's a reason we can do this here. But we can't see what it is yet, so we'll see that in a minute. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is say hi to the platypus-style creatures. I don't know what exactly they're called. Sorry, I think they call them pelicans. I think that's what they call the pelican. So if we come over here, we'll see this little magnifying glass thing here, which I can press the R key to just bring it up and down, and you can see invisible ink. Invisible ink. Very interesting. So, that's going to be useful throughout the game. Press R to show or hide your lens. There it is. Alright. You can go all the way over there on the beach, but there's no reason for it. We're just gonna head up this way. And you're gonna see what when we come up here, it looks like a guard tower, and they're gonna kind of sound an alarm basically. So I'll be quiet for this little bit here. So there's the guard tower. Yeah. Yep. That's what that does. While we're up here, let's go ahead and set this guy here. Yeah, spin it so the thing is facing up. If I remember correctly, I believe that's a Rivenese number 5. I actually have the numbers brought up over here so I can take a look. That is, in fact, a Rivenese number 5. I don't know what the symbol is yet, but that is a Rivenese number 5. I'll show you how you're supposed to learn the numbers here in a second. If we get up here, you'll see we can't go through this way. So we have to go down these stairs here. We come over to the, what I thought was like a church or sorts. It's actually a schoolhouse. We'll come in here. We'll just open the door up. It'll close behind us. So how you're supposed to learn the numbers, it's not this. It's just some dunny writing. But over here, you have this little sheet here. These numbers are exactly the same as the ones on my screenshot. Basically, you would pull this thing like this. Turned over and it rolls a number. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is a dunny numeral 8, which is what that numeral is right there. It's also what the Rivenese number is. So if I go into my notebook here, you will see the first symbol is an 8. The next symbol is a 1. The next symbol is 10. So we have 8, 1, 10. The 5, I believe that's 3, and then 6. This has always been the same. That number you can also kind of determine based on what we have here, that the 10 is if you were to translate it, you could translate it down to a 2, and that 8 would be 4 for our purposes of note taking and getting the order correctly. That's where those numbers would be. So that's the only reason I'm writing them like that. There's a method to my madness. Don't worry. The last thing we're gonna do in here is click this crank and listen to Gen talk a little bit.
Terekoi danni, ki bayem revat, arroyem be tig tavom, ga bodona gayem. Ra.
So that was Gen. We'll be seeing him in person quite a bit later. But for now, well, those things are on the water. Maybe fish traps of some kind. Yeah, that's probably what they are. It's like a fish trap. Yeah, so once again, we can't get any further from here right now, so we're going to backtrack to where we came and take a look at a different part of Jungle Island before we move on. Before we have to move on to the next island in order to kind of circle back around and finish. again, we used to call them the platypus. I think the game actually calls them pelicans. I think that's what the game calls them. We can get a symbol right away. If you come in here, we'll look down here. First, we're going to get... Whoops. First, we're going to get the number. Which is going to be the number 6. It's going to be the number 6. And as you can see, as we look over this, there's something we're supposed to be able to see here. But we can't just yet because we have to drain the water first. And that, my friends, is the symbol of the work. The symbol of the work. Which then gets messed up. So I will go into my notes. And I will write down over here on the number 6. The work, which is spelled like that. Okay, so now we will continue our journey. And we will head up to the top of this staircase. And you'll see there's a giant, I don't know if it's a lever type thing, or if it's supposed to be the handle of one of those giant daggers. I don't know. It's another part of the instability of this age, I suppose. I apologize for scratching my nose repeatedly. It's, like I said, just that time of year. We all get the little sniffles. So as you come over here, you'll see we have, once again, a rift. You do get an achievement for coming over here and investigating it. You can see the fire marble dome. I think that's the one for Temple Island, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, that's the looks into the starry expanse. Let's go. You know what? No, we'll go over there when we're ready to go take the logging car. Why not? Shoo. Let's go down here. There's not a lot we can do down here, but we do get to trigger another one of these alarm things, and we'll be able to hear this one a little better as well. I didn't go all the way around to the village area, but you would have seen people running back to their houses. I'll take you all the way down this way, even though we can't really do anything just yet. It'll take us out into the village. And you'll see everybody's already run away to their houses, so... yeah. Like I said, not much we can do because we're blocked by another raised bridge. We can't get to that till we come over here in the other direction from Survey Island. But we'll get there when we get there. Pardon me for checking what popped up on my phone. There's the fire marble dome, by the way. Built into this sort of tree trunk here. If we go this way, this takes us to this lizard dragon head thing that we can't do anything else with because we can't open it from this side. It has to be opened from the other side. We'll get to that later on. The next thing we need to do is come down here. I'm gonna have to come over this way. Let me find this little secret grotto back here. And you'll see there's a totem back here, but this totem has been defaced. A piece has been removed. You see the mark is still there, but we'd have to mark it. Before. If we come over here, you will see the pelican symbol. There it is. So whenever we find this piece and get the number off of it, it is the pelican. It is the pelican. So let's head back this way. And I know that doesn't look like the pelicans that we know, but that's... I did briefly look at a walkthrough this game, and that's what they named it. I wasn't using it to cheat or anything, just to get myself out of a sticky situation. Anyway, let us move on. Come out here, press this gate and we'll reopen it. We're going to get another symbol over here in just a moment. We have to wait for the butterflies to settle, which they will do while we're setting the number over here. So let's press R, bring our magnifying glass back up. Set this number, and that would be the Rivenese number. I want to say it's 4. Yes, it's the Rivenese number 4. I had to bring up the numbers to remind myself. And now that the butterflies have settled, you can see we have the frog symbol. A leaf frog, I believe they called it. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Hit tab instead of R. So we'll go in here. On the number 4, we'll write, I believe it is called leaf frog. So I will write that down. And now we will hop on the logging car and head over to Boiler Island. This one I must again stress the same warnings I said earlier about motion sickness, but also I should add an epilepsy warning because there are flashing lighted sections in this tunnel. Those of you who are able to watch it will know what I mean in just a second here. So let's press this lever. And away we go. We're going to go underwater here. So here's what I'm talking about, these lights right here. This is why I say warning about flashing lights. As we come up out of the water here, fun fact, that heater technology, which we'll see when we get into Gen's study over there, is keeping the water pushed back. There's no solid tunnel there. It's just the heaters doing all of that, which I think is pretty cool. So here we are, now arriving at Boiler Island, or known to us 1997 OG folks as, Book Assembly Island. So we'll hop down this ladder. If it seems like I'm progressing a little quickly, it's because I already know most of the game, just like the first one. When we get to Exile, that's the next one that's actually going to give me trouble. So, first thing we need to do is we need to flip this power switch to the middle setting. There we go. That's going to switch. And now, and that is basically a thermal generator. It's using the heat of this, what I believe is a volcanic crater, to generate this energy. So now if we come up here, you'll see we can't enter this door just yet. We have to first come over here. We have to do a couple of things. Now, I'm not sure. No, that doesn't do anything until we move it. We can flip this, which should flip the flame no matter what. I'm going to flip this, which is going to drain the water. Now, if I flip this switch too early, you'll see the water stops draining. We'll let the platform come all the way up. And now I'll let the water finish draining. And now we should be able to enter this and go the next way we need to go. So now we'll go down this ladder, which will take us down into the drainage pipe. And if we come up here, you'll see the auxiliary drain here, where we were standing over earlier. And then we progress our way through the pipe, all the way out where the water drained out. You can see here it would have just drained out straight back into the ocean. All drains lead to the ocean. Didn't you know that? Anyway. You can see here if you look out just the expanse of water. That's all there is in this age. Not a lot to it. And here we are above the crater now. Come over here. We got to go down this ladder really quick because we have to change the power back so that it actually, you know, we're actually running power to this door so we can open it. Otherwise, we will be unable to open it. And then we have another fire marble dome that we have to go take care of, so we'll do that as well. I think we'll be able to do all that before this video is over. Normally I would go and set those things back to where they should be, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to leave them because why not? Why the heck not, right? Just change the power back. I could change it to that third one, which would just power that wood splitter over there, which takes stuff out of the logging car that they would then use in like a wood stove of some kind. Walk around this giant boiler here. Finding the name Boiler Island. I don't know why they changed it. It was called Book Assembly Island because that's where he used to write his books. Whatever. If we come over here, we get to see one of Gen's failed attempts, if you will. And what I believe was the pipeline that used to power either the bridge or something along those lines. So, if we come over here, that opens up and we can see what is a destroyed book, unfortunately. You can see he burned it and threw it out the window. Anyway, let us continue. Let's continue up this ladder. I apologize for being so tired. I don't know. Got enough sleep last night. I don't know what the reason is. Anyway. Probably try to get to bed early tonight. We go through here. Or actually could turn around and close this door because there's something down there that we need to take care of. Over here, this path leads you to this side of the study, which unfortunately the door is locked, so we can't just walk right in. And it also leads you to the bridge. The footbridge that has now been destroyed. But we're going to go down here first. Because this will take us to the Fire Marble Dome. Let me remind myself of which symbol I need to use. It is going to be the circle with the straight line in it. That's why you take screenshots of those things, folks. Over here, here's the little scope. I just missed it. Right there. Hey. Alright, let's hop in here and go get the third fire marble. And open says me. Whoever can guess that reference, bonus points to you. Whoever can guess where that came from. Alright. So if we come here, this one we have to crank out. I always had fun trying to time these and see if I could get it, so let's hit the button. I was too early on that. Oh well. Alright, that's now set, so let's come over here and we'll do the same thing we did earlier. We go left, then middle, then right to where it faces the beam, and then fire. Alright, now we can go back and continue with what we were doing on Boiler Island, so let's go back through the dome. There it is. Oops, I zoomed for a second there. Did not mean to do that. And open her up. And away. We come through here, and I like to close my doors behind me, so there we go. Now we can progress with what we were going to do. If you just had these open and didn't know that was back there, you would have come over here and looked through this thing and seen that staircase down there and been like, wait a minute, what? Where is that? Oh, it's behind this door. So, yeah. Tell you would have probably discovered that originally within the game. Come on down here. Our next predicament comes in the form of not being able to traverse this thing, so we'll boop the button on the front of this giant pump. And it will pump the water away so we can actually go through here. Now this is a mine where they were retrieving these stones they were using, the gem they were using to make the fire marbles. You'll see that when we get up into Gen's study here in a minute. We're up to 3 out of the 5 marbles, by the way, in case you're wondering. So the first thing we're going to do is come over here, because the game won't let us progress in the cart without it. We grab this little pick here, and he digs out a little rock. Those little bits will go away. Thanks to the Unreal Engine, they actually have some physics zone. We'll take this little rock, we'll put it here, and then we'll crank this little wheel here. Crankity yankity 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 yank. All the way over here. Come to a stop, and then we crank this wheel, which we'll call the elevator down. And our camera's going to get locked for a second here once it does come all the way down. As the cart moves into the levator over here. And we come up here, and we click this little lever on the side. Locks us into the elevator, and then we click the wheel, and up we go. And we have now arrived in Gen's study. So let's take our marble and let's put it over here for a second. Over here you can see he's been trying to do different experiments on some of the living creatures here. We'll go ahead and release this little frog here. So he's making says ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. You're welcome. Bye. Okay. Over here, there is a little book here about how I've been cataloging natural elements of this age for many years now, and it talks about how he got the elements to try to get the power thing running. You needed the right elements and the right frequencies, things like that. Let's come over here. We'll just unlock this door quickly. Over here. Oh, over here. Yes. There's another page out of his book. There's nothing much over here. This is where he was producing pages. And then right here we have our final number. So if we press R, it's going to be top right. And I believe that is a number 3, if I'm not mistaken. So number 3... is where the pelican, symbol is going to go. So we'll hit my notebook here. And we'll put number 3 as pelican. Get the dashes set up on the other numbers. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. Boom, there we go. And we only get the last 2 numbers in the next episode. I think in the next episode. Finally, for this episode, we're going to come over here. First things first, we click this. Boom. It'll just separate the top. And fun fact, we can actually click this and it'll actually trash it for us. And we take this little marble and we place it in here. And you see if you push this little holder thing back, you'll see some values here that we're going to need to write down. I don't know if these numbers are the same. Let me screenshot this one. Strike Force compensations. These are the compensation numbers. This is the one I just took. This is my older one. I think the numbers are exactly the same. We're going to delete one of these anyway. This is the one I just took. And so the order is going to be... get these numbers written down. The order is going to be plus 16. And it's going to be minus 7. plus 5 plus 12 and then minus 3. Okay. Okay, so we've written so I've gotten those written down now, but now we have to figure out what the base value is, and this is what's random every time. It's usually around 8 or 9. So I'm going to set it to 9 first, because it can be either 8 or 9, and then you raise this up and strike it. And that tells me you got it right. Sometimes it can be random between 8 or 9. It's been 9 most of the times I've tried to do it. But we now have our base compensation number, which is 9. Or our base strike force number, which is 9. So we'll go here, put this in here, and we'll say base 9. And that is about everything we needed to do in Gen's study. So let's, you could go and mess with this little machine here if you wanted to, which just kind of grinds the marbles smooth, but that's just the production of the fire marbles. Nothing you need to do with that. So let's go ahead and open up this other door. And it slides open, and we can get to the maglev platform that leads over to Survey Island. And with that, guys, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. If you are, hit that like button down below. Show it some love. And let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified when future episodes come out. And that's about it for me for now. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care.